on consent items 1, RS 2025-1633, 2, RS 2025-1676, and item 3, RS 2025-1677 are not on consent. Does anybody need to pull anything else from consent? Councilmember Allen and Parker, I see y'all looking. Are y'all good? Okay. All right. Seeing none, we will read the consent agenda. Item number 4, RS 2025-1678, a resolution authorizing the Director of Public Property or his designee to exercise an option agreement for the purchase of a flood-prone property located at 3909 Tucker Road for Metro Water Services. Item number 5, RS 2025-1679, a resolution approving a notice of land use restrictions applicable to a portion of the campus of the Alejandro Water Treatment Plant, sponsors Greg Toombs, Horton, and Evan Siegel. Item number 6, BL 2025-1108, an ordinance authorizing the renaming of South Street to King Hollins Avenue. Sponsors Suarvo, Horton, Evan Siegel, Welsh, Hill, Allen, Ellis, Gamble, Ewing, Porterfield, Cap, Webb, Benedict, Gadd, and Toombs. Item number 7, BL 2025-1136, an ordinance authorizing the grant of a temporary construction easement to DeAngelis Diamond Construction LLC on a parcel or property owned by the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County. Sponsors vote Evan Siegel and Horton. Item number 8, BL 2025-1139, an ordinance authorizing the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County to abandon easement rights located at 1216 and 1220 Rosa L. Parks Boulevard, formerly a portion of alley number 213. Sponsors Coopin, Horton, and Evan Siegel. Item number 9, BL 2025-1140, an ordinance authorizing the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County to abandon existing public sanitary sewer main and easements and to accept new public sanitary sewer manholes and easements for 3 properties located at 708B, 708C, and 712 14th Avenue South. Sponsors Vo, Horton, and Evan Siegel. Item number 10, BL 2025-1141, ordinance authorizing the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County to accept new sanitary sewer manholes and easements for 6 properties located on Dickerson Pike, also known as Artist Lofts. Sponsors Parker, Horton, and Evan Siegel. Item number 11, BL 2025-1142, an ordinance authorizing the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County to abandon existing public water main, fire hydrant assemblies and easements and to accept new public water main, fire hydrant assemblies and easements for 2 properties located at 100 102B White Bridge Road, also known as TCAT Nashville. Sponsors Gadd, Horton, and Evan Siegel. Does anybody need to take anything else off the consent agenda? All right, seeing none, can I get a motion? Can I get a second? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Any not voting? All right. 6 in favor, 0 against, and 0 not voting on the consent agenda. The first item not on consent is resolution 2025-1663, a resolution appropriating to a certain account for the benefit of the Metropolitan Transit Authority in the amount of $8 million. Sponsors Toombs and Evan Siegel. Can I get a motion? Can I get a second? All right, it's been moved and seconded. I know that Councilmember Ellis had some discussion points. She's not here today. Does anybody else have anything that they would like to add to what she posted on Council Connect? Okay. I believe she wanted a motion to defer, and I've spoken with WEGO about it, and my understanding is that they are working on getting her answers and are okay with that motion. Would WEGO like to confirm? And if so, then we can see if somebody on the committee would make that motion for her. Mr. Blaine is in the back, nodding his head yes. Would somebody be willing to make a motion to defer one meeting? All right, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Any not voting? Any noes? All right, that's 6 in favor, 0 against, 0 not voting for a 1 meeting deferral. Okay. Item number 2. RS 2025-1676, a resolution appropriating $59,994 through a grant contract by and between the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County, acting by and through the Metropolitan Department of Water and Sewerage Services and the Cumberland River Compact to provide trash and debris removal around Nashville's waterways. Sponsors Toombs, Evan Siegel, Gadd, Hill, Gamble, and Welch. Can I get a motion? Can I get a second? Been moved and seconded. Councilmember Toombs, there is an amendment. Would somebody on the committee move the amendment for been moved and seconded. Would you like, Ms. Darby, would you like to explain the amendment?
Yes, the amendment changes out the grant, changes out the grant contract with the appropriate signatures included in the new agreement.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Special Counsel. Any discussion on the amendment? All in favor of the amendment? Any opposed? Any not voting? All right. And on the bill as amended? All right, we have a motion. Can I get a second? All right, see a second. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any not voting? That's 6 in favor, 0 against, 0 not voting. Item number 3, RS 2025-1677, a resolution appropriating $50,000 through a grant contract by and between the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County, acting by and through the Metropolitan Department of Water and Sewerage Services and the Tennessee Environmental Council to provide trash and debris removal around Nashville's waterways. Can I get a motion? Can I get a second? It's been moved and seconded. There is another amendment on this. Can somebody move the amendment? It's been moved and it's been seconded. Special Counsel Darby, would you like to explain the amendment?
This is the same. There is an agreement that is being swapped out for an agreement that has signatures on it.
Thank you so much. Any discussion on the amendment? All right, all in favor of the amendment, please say aye. Any opposed? Any not voting? 6 in favor, 0 against, 0 not voting for the amendment. Can somebody move it with the amendment? It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any not voting? That's 6 in favor, 0 against, and 0 not voting as amended. For the chair report and updates, just want to make sure everybody knows. I think we have almost all committee members here. There will be an East Bank committee meeting next Wednesday, December 10th at 3 p.m. That meeting will have some general updates for the East Bank on it. It will also have the TPAC agreement. Just to be clear, I am abstaining from the TPAC agreement. Councilmember Coupin will preside over that portion of the meeting, but I would encourage folks to be here because that is before any amendment deadline, and so it's a really good time to get questions in ahead of time. I believe that Councilmember Coupin has something that he would like to add to that. Councilmember Coupin, you are recognized.
Thank you, Chair. Just to clarify, did you say 10th or 11th?
Thank you, Councilmember. So there was some confusing emails going around, mixing up 10th and 11th. It's forever confused in my mind, but it is a Wednesday, the 10th at 3 p.m.
Okay, just double checking because we have a calendar invite.
No,
for
it's the 11th.
Okay.
Sorry. Special Counsel Darby's telling me it's Thursday the 11th. Sorry. It's the
time is elastic these days.
Y'all, it's COVID. It is the 11th. Thank you, sir, at 3 p.m. So Thursday, the 11th at 3 p.m. Apologies to everybody. We had a lot of confusion in the emails in the office going around, and it will now forever be mixed up in my brain.
And Chair, if I may, since I'm already on the mic, I do welcome everybody to the TPAC 2:30 meeting tomorrow. Tomorrow, yes. Keeping track of my days, at 2 p.m. at TPAC. We will welcome folks to bring their questions. We have different people from the deal to come and present and answer questions and provide information. So really looking forward to that. I think we've got a great deal pulled together for a fabulous facility on our East Bank. And so look forward to seeing everyone there.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Councilmember. And now, if nobody else has any announcements that they would like to share, we will move on to a very important update since I believe that potential wintry weather is in the mix for Friday night or Thursday night going into Friday. We have the NDOT Winter Operations Preparedness Update. Really appreciate you guys coming. I know this is always such a hot topic of conversation. Heroes, indeed. Please proceed when you are ready. If I can turn your mic on. There you go.
Thank you for the...
You got to hit that button too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity to to share this presentation. I'll introduce myself, Philip Jones. I'm the Deputy Director for the Nashville Department of Transportation. To my left is William Robinson. He's the Transportation Administrator for NDOT. He's kind of the backbone when it comes to this operation as we've put it together and as it evolves and changes. I know you're running a little bit behind schedule, so I'm going to be as quick as I can. This is pretty much just explaining how we've changed our, expanded our winter operations network. We went to 80 routes, which we've added an additional 387 lane miles, 192 additional route miles, 31 route trucks, and we've got 14 standby trucks. Winter response objective, the primary objective of snow removal in Nashville and Davidson County is to rapidly restore essential mobility within the central business district and ensure safe, timely access to vital areas, including hospitals, emergency routes, and public transit corridors. The Nashville Department of Transportation and Multimodal Infrastructure strives to achieve a dry pavement status on all priority routes. This represents an aspirational goal distinct from an immediate operational objective. I'm just going to kind of hit these lightly, but on a light snowfall accumulations up to 2 inches typically managed through the application of salt or a combination of salt and calcium chloride, depending on prevailing weather conditions. Heavy snowfall are initiated when snowfall accumulations exceed 2 inches or when weather forecasts predict additional heavy accumulations. Plowing operations are instructed to clear streets as close to the curb line as possible when minimal passes. Special care is taken to avoid depositing snow onto adjacent sidewalks, especially where they are close to the curb. This just kind of gives an overview of what we have, the inventory we now have. We have 48 salt trucks. 38 of those are the V-body, and there's always a lot of questions over the new trucks, but we actually have 34 brand new V-body trucks in fleet. And over my 30 years, that's probably the best fleet we've ever had to move forward with. We've got 2 brine tankers. We store 100,000 gallons of brine. We have 30,000 gallons of calcium chloride, over 9,000 tons of road salt, and 1 mobile brine maker that we just added to the fleet this fall. We have 4 Polaris Ranger ATVs and 29 light-duty snowplows. And when I talk about the 29, you'll kind of see as we move forward, it's kind of a pilot program that we put in place, and it's an emergency situation where if we get a forecast or we get 4 inches or greater, it's kind of a plow in, plow out, no salt through our neighborhood routes, which is our additional routes than what you see online. We constantly are monitoring and have weekly weather briefings with the weather. Pre-treatment strategy, pre-storm brine applications. You know, I know I've had this question a couple of times this week. TDOT done some brining this week for the threat we had. I think Monday night we had our trucks loaded and drivers kind of on standby. So we are in direct contact with TDOT as any event comes. And I don't want to say we mirror sometimes what they're doing. They're looking more for the north of town or outside of Davidson County. We're more focused on what's going on in Davidson County. Anti-ice technology, onboard wetting systems. All 38 trucks are equipped with systems that apply brine or calcium chloride to dry rock. That's probably the latest, greatest system we have available to us right now, and it's basically where we can use less granular salt. We can pre-wet it at the spinner so it doesn't bounce. We don't get the bounce anymore, and plus we get immediate reaction. This is just a quick glimpse of some of the technology we've implemented this past year. Samsara real-time operations, that's a coverage mapping, gives us real-time view of service streets and trip history for past service verification and proof of coverage. That means going forward, we know exactly what streets we've treated, when they got treated, where the trucks are at all times. Samsara enhanced accountability. That's just kind of a little more explanation as to what all it gives us. If you see the map, as a driver finishes a street or a route, we're able to to change the color of that route so we can look at the visual map of the county-wide to be able to keep up with if we've got an area that's in a little worse shape or needs more trucks, or there may be an area of town not getting as much snow, we can kind of run through these, change them, and move them over. Route Wear Intelligent, you know, I think I talked to y'all maybe 2 years ago, and we talked about how at that time we were still kind of running off of paper maps. Now we actually have the capability of having turn-by-turn routing, where we can dispatch out to the trucks to change routes or change locations. Routeware, that's just part of the in support of in-cab navigation, two-way communication, and automated verification. That's really upped our game for us technology-wise to be able to track and keep up with all of our routes. NDOT operations training program. We have an in-house simulator to where we're able to take all of our drivers at least twice a year. Every driver we have on staff goes through this training. While it's not in the seat training, it's the best technology we can have to be able to train our drivers, talk about multi-truck plowing techniques, and it really brings the drivers into a new era. Hands-on truck training, you'll see our trucks out even when maybe it's just raining or dry streets, where we get these guys out and these ladies out to drive these routes to get familiar with the routes and know the hazards that are out there that you can't see at night. NDOT winter operations simulator training. This is just a little more detail about the realistic training scenarios that we use. The picture to the left is actually the one we have set up at our office. Safe practice in dangerous situations. It gives us those scenarios to be able to give the ability to the drivers to know what to do and what not to do. And it also gives us the data for the certification for the drivers. Increase efficiency and service delivery. We've been able to optimize all of our route networks. We've expanded neighborhood reach. Downtown sidewalk clearing is under a pilot program. You've seen the 4 Polarises we have. So we picked the most high impact areas when it comes to sidewalks, where we're piloting some new Polarises to be able to go down and clear snow and ice off the sidewalks. This right here just gives a little more of clarification on the data-driven optimization, proactive communication, advanced training and readiness, and sustainable practices, where we're trying with these new trucks, with these new V-bodies and spreaders, to where we're not having as much impact on the environment. I would be unjust if I didn't share that this is a team effort. You know, this is where we use the Office of Fleet Management, helps us get all these trucks prepared on the purchase of these. These are trucks that we have to get outfitted every year, keep us running during events. And if you remember back 2 years ago when we had the big deep freeze, when you get into anything past a 3-day event, it starts taking a lot of wear and tear. So I really want to show my appreciation to Fleet Services, how they've been able to keep our trucks up and going. And that was about as quick as I could do this presentation. So does anyone have any questions?
Thank you so much. I see Councilmember Parker's hand is up.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you all for the presentation. It looked amazing. Whoever was responsible for that looked great. Is this the first year that y'all have had the SAMASA? I'm sorry, I might have missed that. Samsara and the Routeware active for the winter season?
Yes, sir.
That's excellent.
We piloted some stuff last year for just a couple of weeks at a time before we made any purchases. But I think the council body had also approved. We went with Samsara with all fleets. So we've kind of done a coordination with that program to tie these trucks in.
I think it's going to be fantastic. Thank you. And then, so you were talking about the pilot program for sidewalks downtown. Do we do any, like our little Duolevos, the Demon Brewman guys, do we have the snow attachments to those?
No, sir.
Okay. Maybe someday we could talk about that, but I'm excited.
I'm constantly evaluating, and I know what your concern is on the bike lanes and stuff, so we are looking at ways we can get to that. We're not there now, but I hope to pilot some stuff in the future.
Thank you. Yeah, so, I mean, folks that don't know, sometimes the trucks end up pushing
yes, sir,
everything pretty much into that zone, but anyway, thank you so much for the presentation.
Any other questions? All right, I'd just like to echo Councilmember Parker's statement. It's a really nice looking presentation. Really appreciate it. The information is also great. If NDOT wouldn't mind sending that out to council members, I'd really appreciate it. There may be people here who get questions because they're not on the committee and they get questions in their area about what we're doing, and this is probably helpful for them.
Absolutely.
So, really, really appreciate all the hard work, and I know the city of Nashville does too, because it is probably the thing that I continue to hear the most about that people are happy about improvements in. So,
Thank you.
all right. With nothing else on the agenda, we are adjourned.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information on this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.